it occurs to me, I was doing some reading on the other day about the state of our economy and the state of the middle class and inflation and interest rates, all the economic stuff. But it occurs to me as I look at my sons that there's a good chance they won't ever own a home. Think about that. The next generation coming up, for a variety of reasons, not their fault, for a variety of reasons, it's going to be very, very, very difficult to purchase a home. I'm not saying you have to own a home or don't own a home, there's nothing wrong with an apartment, but it is pretty revealing about where we are as a nation, and it's wild to think that the coming generations will have a lower standard of living than we have, because we've never experienced that. I've never experienced that. You probably, no matter your age, you've never experienced that. The standard of living has gone up. Well, those days look like they're coming to an end. 62% of consumers in this country are living paycheck to paycheck. 62%, that's according to Lending Club. That's wild. And so that means there's a great chance, as you're watching me right now, that's you, that you're living paycheck to paycheck. And it's obvious why. With inflation going up the way it is, you have to spend more and more money to try to maintain the same standard of living you've grown accustomed to. That's a horrible place to be. And maybe even darker than that is this, where we're going. The bubble hasn't actually popped yet. We've seen it slowly get worse and slowly get worse and slowly get worse, but the bubble hasn't popped. And it looks like it's about to, and well, Peter Schiff had some heavy words for us.
They have created another financial crisis, which is something I've been warning about for years. And the media is reluctant to call this a financial crisis. They keep saying it's a banking crisis. The financial crisis of 2008 was a banking crisis. Nobody wants to say what it is because they don't want to evoke memories and comparisons to 2008. But this is a sequel to 2008, and like all sequels, this one's going to be worse.
I remember 2008 like it was yesterday. I remember it would hit me so much because I was doing a bunch of traveling for work. I was working construction back then. I was doing a bunch of traveling. And it would hit me that I watched all these strip malls along the highways where you'd go. They were always full of shops, right? And then I remember I would watch them just slowly empty. And soon there would be entire strip malls emptied. People's hopes, dreams, small businesses gone, livelihoods destroyed. It was an ugly thing. And it's not just that we're living paycheck to paycheck. Inflation is bad. We're going into something that's really, really ugly. It's that the people running the country, they don't care at all. They don't care at all. Joe Biden actually proposed a budget that would bloodsuck $4.7 trillion in new taxes out of the taxpayer. So as the taxpayer is suffering and watching his standard of living go down, the people who run this nation are looking at the taxpayer like a hungry wolf. Janet Yellen basically had to admit it.
The fact that the president's proposed budget proposes $4.7 trillion in new taxes.
It does propose significant additional taxes, yes.
4.7 trillion?
Something like that, yes.
Oh, something like that. Oh, okay. And Joe Biden and his administration, because they don't have any heart for the American people, they don't care about you living paycheck to paycheck, they'll just simply go to the camera and lie repeatedly and act like everything's hunky-dory.
Put it all together, it's a plan to invest in America, invest in Americans, give them opportunity, invest in ourselves, and it's working.
It's working? Well, that's news to the 62% of Americans who have to spend every dime of every paycheck just to get themselves through to the next paycheck. That's the craziest thing. The people in charge are looking at us thinking, oh, this is going well.
Support the First TV today and get instant access to exclusive specials like Who is Ron DeSantis, The History of FBI Scandals, and America's Worst Presidents. Visit thefirsttv.com/support or download the First TV app to become a supporter and start watching today.